Hey, Stone Cousin. You already know what time it is. Animated horror stories. Animated horror stories. Mm-mm-mm. Today, see, I got my blanket ready. Today, y'all, we gonna try again. Take two with Mr. Creepy because the first video was hitting. It was hitting a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. It was good. If you ain't seen it, go see it. Period. And that's it. But let's get on into it. Okay? Three true creepy stories that will make you shiver. Mm. So you know what that means, right? We better shiver. So go on, grab a blunt. Did I get my points back? Yes, I do. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been losing points. Get your blunts, get a bag of chips, get a bottle of water, and get a blanket. And let's get on in here. Am I gonna? I just have up in here.
I want to tell you a story about my last working day as a teacher. A horrible day that gives me goosebumps every time I think about it. It was 11 in the morning. I was teaching literature in the class. The students were sitting lazily. They didn't seem to listen at all. I got out of class and went to the bathroom. While I was washing my face after a long morning, suddenly the loudspeaker sounded.
Attention! There is a maniac with weapons in the school. Everyone, stay in your classroom, lock the door, and do not come out until getting further notice.
You better lock the bathroom door.
As soon as the bell rang, I rushed back to the classroom and locked the door.
Oh, dear. Did you all hear the announcement? No one is allowed to leave the classroom.
But Lizzie exclaimed,
Miss, I want to go to the bathroom.
Oh, no. Not now, honey. Can you hold on for a while?
But I don't think I can hold it any longer.
Lizzie pouted.
Okay, let me think. Oh, all right now. You'll run as fast as you can to the bathroom. And after you've done...
There's a maniac with weapons in the school. You don't like Susie and you just want her to die. You could have just said that. You could have just told us that. We wouldn't have really...
I think I can hold it any longer.
Lizzie pouted.
Okay, let me think. Oh, all right now. You'll run as fast as you can to the bathroom. And after you've done, come back. Knock on the door 3 times.
You're
One
not going
long
with
and
her?
2 short. Like a code. Understand?
You're not going with her?
Lizzie said with a...
1 long and 2 short. Like a code. Understand?
Lizzie said with an annoyed face.
Yes, I'll do as you said. Can I go now?
Okay, be careful.
I unlocked the door for Lizzie to get out. While we were waiting, other students started whispering and making jokes.
I've seen it in the movies. Maybe they're just pretend, like a rehearsal, you know? No fool would run into the school.
I told all of them.
Students, this is no joke!
And showed them the message from the principal. Suddenly, the atmosphere became quiet.
Girl, why was
10
you
minutes
the
passed,
text?
and I
That
started to
little- you let
worry.
the little girl go by
Suddenly, the
herself.
fire alarm went off.
Oh, why has Lizzie not come back?
Suddenly, there was someone knocking on the door
No.
3 times. Exactly the code I told Lizzie. I was about to
then-
open the door.
But teacher, what if it's not Lizzie?
It was Dave, the class monitor.
Are you sure it's Lizzie?
What are you talking about? Only Lizzie knows the code.
Actually, I was afraid it wasn't Lizzie too.
If it were someone else, we might be killed.
But if it's the real Lizzie, we can't just leave her out there. But just to be sure, maybe.
And then I turned toward the classroom door and whispered.
Oh, Lizzie, can you raise your hand up to the classroom window so that we can be sure?
Immediately, I saw a raised hand, and it was Lizzie's. I saw her pink-polished nails, so I unlocked the door. But that was not Lissy, or at least it was not Lissy who knocked because she was now a corpse in a man's arms. Hello, teacher. I'm Liz.
We knew that. We knew that. Bet you should have just told that woman no. Because now that little girl is dead.
See?
Why is she a teacher?
The man imitated Lissy's voice. All the students screamed. My whole body froze. The psycho then dropped the body on the ground and said, "Teacher,
You watched all this
I'm
happen?
back."
You didn't close the door back?
And thrust the knife at me. I fell on the ground while my students shouted louder. Just when he was about to pick up the knife and stab me in the face, I raised my hand to stop him. The knife went through my hand. Blood splashed on my face. The madman took the knife out of my hand and Dave jumped out, grabbing the chair and hitting the madman on the head.
Okay, good to Dave.
He fell over, but immediately got up.
How dare you, little brat?
He lunged at Dave, stabbing him in the shoulder with the knife.
Let me go!
I was in so much pain that I couldn't stand up to help my students. All the others were too frightened. They huddled in a corner and did not dare to protest. But when looking out the window, I suddenly had a crazy idea.
The classroom is on the second floor. Maybe jumping down from here won't kill me. Then I could go to the police to rescue my students.
So while the psycho was being held by Dave, I tried to move towards the classroom window, and after an inhale, I jumped down. But before I could do anything else, I fainted from the excessive blood loss from the wound on my arm. I woke up in the emergency room. The police reassured me that the other students were safe. The police arrived after that and soon controlled the psycho, but they could not save Dave. What a bad teacher I am. If I hadn't let Lizzie go to the bathroom, things would have been different.
Yes, you
if
are.
you were me
That's a bad
in that
teacher.
situation, what would you have done?
Told that little girl no. What would I have done? Little girl, you hear the alarm. There's a maniac in the school with weapons. You gotta pee, you can piss yourself at this point. You let her go by herself and you let her go. And then you let her go by herself. And then you said, raise your hand, like, even if she was, like, what if she was alive, but just with the killer? And he raised her hand the same way he did with her little dead body. Girl, you ain't shit. Don't teach nobody else kids.
Give us some name now. Mashed potatoes and chicken. Here. Mashed potatoes and chicken. Mashed potatoes and chicken.
This story is based on a true incident recorded at a KFC store. You can see the woman in the footage was not wearing a mask, so the employees refused her service. The Karen in her came out. She went crazy, stepped on the counter, screamed, and threatened to stab the staff.
Said you was gonna stab him? I didn't hear that.
This KFC store was quite empty even though it was a Saturday night. We were preparing some chicken wings in the kitchen when I heard some noises outside. There was a woman customer who didn't wear a mask. She seemed so aggressive and entitled. She pushed the staff away and went straight to the counter.
Hey, what happened to your ears? Mashed potato and fried chicken!
That woman said. "Ma'am, you're not wearing a mask. We can't give you food," said my colleague Ryan.
What are you saying? I said I'm hungry and I need food immediately!
She ignored all the things we were trying to say. Suddenly, she climbed onto the counter and yelled at Ryan.
Make me something to eat! Do it!
She threw things around and just stood there screaming at Ryan. That was when I stepped in. Ma'am, please calm down. She turned to me.
I will stab you. Bring the mashed potatoes and chicken over here!
She screamed, then scratched her own face. God, I thought she'd gone crazy. We can't do that because you're not wearing a mask, I tried to explain calmly.
I'll stab you now! Bring the food here!
The woman waved her arms and cursed with a defiant attitude, and her terribly scratched face. She ignored.
I'm sorry. I'm getting through what happens to chicken at her. You know, like something.
Ignored all my words and yelled loudly.
Get me that goddamn food!
That woman was so angry that she kicked the menu on the table. You must wear your mask. The angry woman cursed at me with vulgar words and then jumped off the counter.
This restaurant is disgusting! You're disgusting!
Then she stormed out. After the crazy woman left, we all sighed in relief. Though I hadn't gotten myself together yet. This was the first time I'd seen such a Karen in real life. We didn't want that kind of customer ever again. So I just quietly cleaned up everything and went back to work as usual. When my shift ended, I packed up my things and went home. On the road, sometimes I could feel the footsteps behind me, as if someone were following me. But every time I turned around, there was just me and the empty street. So weird. I mumbled and walked faster. I knew someone was following me. Suddenly, I turned around. Sure enough, someone hid as soon as they saw me. I swallowed hard, clenched my fists, determined to find out who they were. So I walked very slowly towards the alley. Karen jumped out of the alley and ran toward me. Fortunately, I caught her hand before she could stab me. Oh my God, she was so strong.
I told you I was hungry. Don't you understand?
The woman growled. She was crazy. Her eyes were bloodshot. Her mouth was drooling as if she wanted to eat me alive. She pushed down the knife. Luckily, I dodged to the side just in time. I pushed her away, but she wouldn't stop. That crazy woman took the javelin towards me and took one bite.
Oh!
I struggled to push her away.
That tastes good.
Oh, hell no.
This woman was a psycho.
Please, calm down.
I held back the pain, trying to convince her.
Go to hell!
But she didn't listen. She clutched the knife and pounced on me.
You!
She shivered, laying on the ground, blood flowing from her stomach.
It was your fault.
I was so scared, and my mind was a mess at that time. I didn't know what to do.
Help me!
She moaned. I was so scared that I left the woman and ran all the way home. All that night I couldn't sleep well. I wished all these things were just a dream. The next morning, the police arrived at my door. Only then did I know that that woman last night was discovered and taken to the emergency room in time, so she was not in danger. And even though she stabbed herself in the stomach, I couldn't help but blame myself. God, if only I had served her food at that time.
She stabbed herself?
I didn't dare to stop running until making sure they stopped chasing. Where am I right now? Oh, shit!
Welcome to Hawaii.
Chloe put a white shell necklace on me and kissed me on the cheek. Wow, it's so beautiful. Thank you. Then I was taken to a motel near the center. It was strange to see that the place was pretty quiet even in the traveling season.
The guests are all gone for sightseeing.
Chloe explained. The daughter of the
Everybody?
motel owner, Chloe, was confident that she knew the island very well. She wanted to be my tour guide, and I said yes. So we took a tour in Hawaii, to the traditional market for some cuisine, and then to Waikiki Beach.
Where are you going?
I'm thirsty. I'm going to buy some water.
Let me go with you.
Well, okay. I found it a bit odd when Chloe tried to stay near me all the time. She even followed me to the bathroom door. Well, you don't have to follow me all the time, you know.
No, you are a special guest.
Then we met Chloe's boyfriend, Kai. As soon as Kai saw me, he shook my hand, hugged me, and kissed my cheek in the Hawaiian tradition. Aha! Welcome to Hawaii, my friend. Kai patted me on the back as if we had known each other for years. So Kai and Chloe took me around together. I was probably walking too fast or something, but the two of them kept falling behind my back. After a day on the streets, I felt quite tired, so I wanted to get back to the motel. But unexpectedly, Kai and Chloe came along.
We have to make sure you're okay.
You're a special guest. Well, thank you very much. Kai behaved so weird. He wasn't angry even when seeing Chloe laughing and getting close to me. Getting back to my room, I took a shower and then decided to go outside for a breeze. However, when I walked to the door and looked through the peephole, I was startled. What's wrong with them? I felt uncomfortable, so I opened the door. Hi, is there something wrong? No, not at all.
Actually, we wanted to invite you to the beach party.
Oh, I was reading into it. Wow, I'd love to. I was watching the pictures when there was a knock on the door. It was Kai and Chloe.
It's time.
Chloe handed me a glass of red wine.
At
It'll
the
bring
door?
you luck.
No.
Oh, this is
It's
so
gross.
strong. I was surprised, and not until they both stood up and stared at me did I feel dizzy. There was something in the cup of wine. Before I completely passed out, I saw Chloe and Kai grin evilly. When I woke up, still a bit dizzy, I found myself tied to a pillar and Chloe busy doing something. She said something to Kai and he turned to me. Although I was scared, I pretended to faint to find a chance to escape. I listened to the conversation between the two and couldn't help but shiver. Were they planning for a sacrifice? Then my life would be at stake. When Kai untied the rope to bring me to Chloe, I quickly bit his ear. Kai screamed in pain and pushed me aside. I took that chance to run away. No time to see the direction. I just followed the small path and ran into the forest. While running, I could still hear Kai chasing from behind. The more I was scared, the more I tried to run, not daring to stop even for a second. I didn't dare to stop running until making sure they stopped chasing. Where was I right now? In front of me was a corpse tied to the tree. On its neck was a white shell necklace that looked exactly like the one Chloe had given me. It reminded me of the strange feeling I had when arriving at the motel. The feeling of being completely deserted.
They've all gone out for sightseeing.
Only now did I understand what kind of sightseeing Chloe was referring to. Suddenly, Kai appeared in front of my eyes and pushed me to the ground. He rushed to grab my neck. I was so scared, panicked, and struggled. And in the moment when I thought I was about to suffocate, I, fortunately, grabbed a stone. I used all my strength to hit him on the head. He screamed in pain to let go of me. I immediately ran away. No longer seeing any of them behind, I kept running down the small path until finally escaping the forest. Until I saw the main road, forever far behind Kai and Chloe and their goddamn motel.
Hey, hey, why would you go somewhere and it's only two people on a whole damn on the whole island? Anyway, three true. So did I shiver? I say it was a little. It was a chill, not really, not a show, but a chill. I'll give y'all a chill. Y'all gonna have to do another one to get a shiver. But which one was your favorite? I think my favorite was probably the first one. Yeah. Mm, the first one. And let's and until next time, you guys. Bye.